Hello, ladies and gentle toads. My name's Reese.
I'm Lucas.
And I'm Owen.
And today we're with Bess. Say hello to our audience, Bess.
Well, hello.
Well, our first guest, our first ever guest is legendary.
Already making up the ranks.
Yeah, we're on the same length as Joe Rogan. Right, Bess?
He's not on our level.
Yeah, exactly. Right, give us an introduction, Bess. Who are you? What do you do? Just tell the audience about yourself.
My name's Bess, which is short for Beatrice. I am 26 years old, so pretty decrepit. I'm multilingual. I speak Russian and Italian and Mongolian and English and Welsh, a little bit of Welsh. And I am training to be an actor or to be an opera singer, more specifically.
What a resume, eh? What a CV.
Then in Russian must be hard.
Yeah, it definitely is hard. It's a completely different alphabet. So once you've learned that, though, like it's a gateway into lots of other different languages that use the Cyrillic alphabet. So it's pretty difficult, but worth doing if you wanna further your communication skills.
Isn't Mongolian like the east side of the world, kind of side, like the China type of area? Sorry, I'm not trying to be rude or anything. I don't know. I know where the language comes from. Where does it originate from? What
is China?
Go on, Bess, answer that question.
The language of Mongolian actually hails from the country of Mongolia, surprisingly. That's it there under Russia and like next to China, I think. I'm not sure.
I was half right.
I think they built the Great Wall of China, didn't they? Just keep the Mongolians out.
Well, I think
sure.
Bess is pretty well versed in her history, so I think she can basically describe all of the Mongolian history to us. Go on, Bess.
Most of my Mongolian history revolves around the plot of Mulan, so I'm not really sure whether it's accurate or not.
So, Bess, you mentioned to us you wanted to be an opera singer. Now, where did that originate from? Did you always want to be an opera singer from a young age, or was it something that you just got hooked into naturally? How did you get into that field?
Well, I had singing lessons with a lady who actually used to be a professional opera singer. And they were originally just supposed to be like musical theatre based. And then she said, have you ever sung opera? Because I mentioned that I speak Russian. And she played me a song by Tchaikovsky. And I really liked it. So then I was hooked. From that moment on, I was hooked.
That's epic. That's really
Did you do
cool.
us a note?
No, because you're not paying me.
Come on, we're special people.
Give us a live performance.
Are most of the songs you sing actually Russian? Like?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can find English translations for a lot of different classical songs, but I'm a bit of a snob, so I like to just sing things in their original language.
All right. Let's stop with all this tomfoolery, all these questions about, stuff like that. The real reason I think we all know why you're here is because you're a suspected owl murderer. Now, I said in, what was it, episode 2? I think episode 2.
Yeah, episode 2.
That I brought in. If you don't have knowledge of what I'm talking about, watch the end of episode 2. But yeah, Bess, you killed an owl that I really liked. So what do you have to say for yourself?
I did not. Well, technically, I was responsible for ending its life, but I will not take responsibility for being a murderer. It flew into the side of my car. So I literally didn't, it wasn't even about like reaction times or anything. Something just banged into the side of my car, and then I saw like a plume of feathers just like came across my windscreen.
Oh no.
I was like, what the fuck was that?
Was the owl's face imprinted
Yeah.
into your car?
It wasn't. I did have feathers in my grill for a really long time.
There's this couple of what's the word? Is it discrepancies in that? Discrepancies in that. I hit the side of your car. There's feathers in your grill.
Yeah, what's that about?
Yeah, how does
That
it
doesn't really.
grill?
That doesn't add up.
Because the feathers flew across the front of my car.
Yeah.
Like the owl hit the side of my car. You know the panel that's like in between the passenger side window and the windscreen? It hit that. So then the feathers just like flew across and some landed in my grill.
Wait. I think this could have all been avoided if I'm correct, you wasn't going to pick up Reese.
Where
So
was
whose
I?
fault
I
is
wasn't
it
going to
really?
pick up Reese. I was heading back from seeing another one of my friends, actually. It was nothing to do with Reese.
Oh,
I will say that.
Did I know you at the time?
Yeah, I was definitely at uni.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. She's guilty.
Yeah.
Case
Well,
closed.
Peter's been called. They know of this action. They
Fell right into the trap.
filed something against you.
Total was only here to catch you out, Bess. I'm sorry.
I bet when you joined this, Bess, you were really expecting to be called out. Sandman.
I received a letter from a certain owl saying things are really difficult for me at the moment. I have high life insurance. I just need you to make it look like an accident. And that's what I did. So, his family are better off now.
Owls can't write letters, Bess. Yet again, another discrepancy.
Another lie.
They've got wings, not hands.
Anyways, I think we should go off the topic now of calling Bess owl murder, ruining her future careers, whatever.
Just incriminating me. Yeah, just incriminating me.
It's
Like
gonna
the
have your full
animal.
name in. It's gonna have your full name in as well. So if any people are trying to hire searching your name over the internet, it'll come up right away.
Well, like the Chris Hansen of animal catchers instead of predators.
Right. So, anyways, to change subject, what have you featured in any prominent works? Have you been in any shows or done anything like that?
I have been in a short film that the lead actress was nominated for a Welsh BAFTA from that performance in that short film.
All right.
Wait, what's a BAFTA?
Sorry. Lucas is the village idiot.
Yeah.
Hello.
Poor Lucas.
Is it just an award saying that you're good at this? Or?
Yeah, it's just like the British Award for acting and film and that. It's a well-known award, Lucas. Not that
clearly.
Yeah,
a lower class.
It's Welsh, so it's not as important.
Oh dear. And I played a sex worker being loaded into a van, and it was about a 3-second performance, but still very, very, I would like to call it a pivotal role,
Well, without you, Bess, it probably wouldn't have been made, so think about that.
Yeah, I like to think so.
Right. So, what do you think of Toad Talk so far? I've only had 3 episodes. Do you enjoy it? Are you a fan of Toad Talk's trademark?
Yeah, it's growing on me. I obviously have a little bit of a chip on my shoulder because you outed me as being a murderer on the 2nd episode, but I'm trying to let that go.
Well, I'm sorry, Bess, but how else am I going to get the views? How else am I meant to get viewership? I need to cause controversy to get our stupid fans and to give us money.
That thing I was talking to you about, the champions, We Are the Champions with the frog jumpers. Have you watched that yet?
No.
What a
That's really
good
bad
man.
of you.
Sorry, so see, you're getting your own back though, Bess. I may have outed you as an owl murderer, but you're outing me out as a bad friend. So
I can't believe you have there's so much gold in that content. I would be surprised.
yeah, but we can't
I-
use it in Toad Talk, so we'll get bloody copyright claimed.
You can
Then
still
we won't have
talk
any
about
money
it.
from our stupid fans.
Right.
That's
I've never
true.
talked about this. I've never talked about this before, but actually, the first ever episode I uploaded on this channel was like a 9-second video clip of me like dancing to this Beatles song, right? And I'm not even joking. It was 9 seconds of a Beatles song, and it immediately got copyrighted claimed.
Yeah, well,
a
that's
9-second video.
I think the old YouTube used to be way better. They ruined this.
Yeah, when Yan Cat.
Sorry, YouTube.
So
You're no
I
longer of
think-
use to
Yan
us.
I
Cat.
think you can play clips that are under 7 seconds, and then if it's any more than 7 seconds, you are running the risk of being claimed. I think that's how it works.
Unlucky,
All right,
Reese. You
that's-
broke the 1 second rule.
Pretty sure.
2-second rule.
The 1 second rule. I would have earned a bunch of ad revenue if it wasn't for that. But yeah. So are you working on any projects currently during COVID? Is anything in the pipeline? Or
No, of course I'm not. Of course I'm not. I'm not doing anything. Nobody's doing anything during COVID. Except
well,
for watching, programs about frog jockeys on Netflix.
well,
which
yeah,
I would
but also Toad Talks, the famous podcast. I mean, you say that like we aren't getting notoriety, but this isn't going to be a big success.
Obviously, I will go down in history now as being the first ever guest on Toad Talks, which I'm incredibly excited about because I can just
Well-
sort of, ride on your coattails for the rest of my career, which is quite nice.
And you also be the first criminal on Toad Talks. Don't forget.
I mean,
now
you
you-
can't prove. You can't prove that. I don't know that.
Now you said
Sure.
you're the first guest. We're gonna leave you for episode 5, and we're gonna get Alex on for the 4th episode. So
She doesn't know who Alex is. You say it like she knows.
Yeah, innit?
everyone knows who Alex is.
He's obsessed
If you
with
don't,
bread.
where have you been if you don't know who Alex has been? That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
But no, Toad Talks is one of those things where you'll either be relatively successful or it'll be relatively damaging to your
Terrible.
career. It's either or. So it's more like it's more like the lottery. So I hope you're excited for that, Bess.
What's the talk show with bad the one that was Bad Baby that went on it and she got famous from her? I forgot what it's called.
I don't know, Lucas.
Come on, it's that guy with the moustache.
Come on, you know.
Whatever.
You
Nobody
know,
knows.
come on.
Nobody knows.
I don't know. I don't even follow Bad Baby's career. To be fair, is it Bad Baby? The
Bad
baby.
Baby.
Da Baby.
Da Baby.
Da Baby. You're a big fan of Da Baby, aren't you, Bess?
Oh yeah, love her. Yeah, love her. I will say this: I definitely know who she is. I definitely know who she is.
Oh no! All the Da Baby fans now are gonna dislike this video. Oh no!
That's not good.
We're thinking, right? Because I mean, obviously, because you're such a big fan, you know exactly what the thumbnails are like for our YouTube videos. But what we're thinking of is we're thinking of having a 4th Toad sort of in the middle. Well, it's Owen does all the editing, but a 4th
Do you
Toad
know what?
in the middle.
That's so funny because that was one of my questions I was going to ask you. Are you going to insert a guest Toad into the thumbnail?
We are. I mean, I like doing these parts talking about editing because I know for a fact it just makes it more annoying for Owen because then he has to do more work.
Well, if I don't want to add the frog in, then I'll just cut all what we've just said right now out. So it's just an easy job for me.
Yeah. That's illegal. You can't do that. I think
really
for
bad,
every
actually, 'cause-
episode we should change the Toad.
Yeah, Owen. every episode we should have the toads opening their mouths and speaking when we speak. What about that?
Exactly,
Can
and
we
you
do
have to
that?
have subtitles on it for people who are
Yeah,
deaf.
and different clothes and different hairstyles.
For
Can you
different
do that,
seasons.
No.
Oh, right. So I think we've grilled Bess enough on a career. So what has anyone got anything to add about recent events, about anything transpiring, any sort of interesting talk?
What do we think of Boris Johnson?
What, just in general, or like right now?
Yeah, what do you think of him?
Well, Lucas, you go first. It's your question. I'll let you answer
Go on,
first. Then
Lucas.
we'll pass it around.
I
Go
don't
on,
like
Lucas.
him.
Don't you give us your reasoning?
I don't know, because you have to pay $5,000 to leave the UK as a
Yeah, but
fine.
Lucas, you're rich.
Yeah, Lucas.
I'm not. This
Lucas
about-
doesn't even live in
These
England.
guys, they know nothing.
Lucas
I'm
has
just
a
a random
Rolex.
person who just joins this Zoom call and they somehow call me rich.
Lucas is proper rich. He owns a bunch of cars. He has a massive house.
And he has inbred dogs.
And don't forget the yacht. Don't leave out the yacht.
Well, that's the thing. See, Boris is an interesting figure because obviously he's very prone to controversy, especially just in his like sort of past career in politics, but now as president of the United Nations, I don't know. He didn't seem to be doing that bad of a job. I mean, you know, you can't really predict a global pandemic.
I like the video of him bringing the coffee and tea out for someone outside his house, all the news reporters, because he doesn't want to speak to them.
Yeah, and they're all just like, "Oh, I'm all right, thank you." I don't think do any of them actually take the tea in the video?
Yeah, they do.
Do they? What about that one video where he tackles that child?
Oh my God.
Game.
yeah, that key segment where. What do you think about that, Bess? Do you like it? Have you seen that clip of Boris Johnson tackling a small child?
Do you like it how the man in charge twats a young child?
I love it. I don't think you should be able to lead a country if you can't twat a child.
Well,
I think that
that's
should
the
be
spirit.
criteria.
I mean,
if you can't knock a kid down, you can't knock a man down.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you know
Is
what?
that a Batman
I'm
quote?
not even joking. That's not the first time I've heard Lucas say that before.
How are you going to fight a pandemic if you can't fight a child? I mean, come on now.
Well, the child's the heart of the pandemic.
It is.
The child's actually holding the antidote. He had to knock him down to get the cure.
Little did the media know that child is actually going to be the future Hitler. So thank you.
Thank you, Boris.
One day, I do hope that because me and Bess, just for the audience's sake, are in the same class. So it'd be quite funny just to see, just imagine what our other classmates are thinking while watching this, because I know there's plenty of people from our class that do.
Well, they're probably insanely jealous that I'm the first guest and I put them to the post.
Exactly. Now, this is the segment where I actually insult the people that haven't been on this show, so then they want to get on this show and be guests.
Yeah.
So everyone that's not on this so far is essentially nobody's. I'm not trying to cause any fuss, but
I'm gonna go tell my dad that he's a nobody. 1 minute.
Well, I wasn't speaking to your dad, Lucas. I'm sorry, Lucas's dad. More speaking to the people that we can have on as guests.
Lucas's dad. See you next week.
Oh. Lucas's dad, the one viewer.
You
right.
Bess, what is your end goal? Like, imagine you've gone past your career, everything. What do you want?
Retirement.
Like retire? Yeah, exactly. Retirement. What is the thing you want?
You just already.
My singing teacher has a massive house, and makes her own hours, and she's sort of semi-retired. So I would like to do that for retirement, I think, because I think retirement would be very boring for me. I think I'd get bored very quickly. So I'd like to just like have a job where I can kind of make a little bit of money to sustain me and not go crazy with boredom. But yeah, I'd like to do something like that.
Yeah, you're preaching to the choir here, Bess. In it for the money. Aren't we all? It's the entire point of this podcast to take money out of the viewers' pockets.
That's true. And I hope you haven't forgotten my rider, which is a couple of decent vegan chocolate bars.
Oh yeah, I can't afford. Oh, you can't see on screen right now, but Bess, we're looking at Bess's cat.
That cat is just staring straight at me.
What? I can't see no cat.
Looking straight at all of us.
Wait,
He's
what?
looking
I
at
can't see no
Lucas's
cat.
dog profile.
Yeah, my dog's pissed. He's always looking at boy.
That's
That's how you go into all cameras, right? Okay.
Lucas is like an old man with technology.
Yeah, I don't know how to use these gadgets too well.
I mean, does anyone? Owen's our tech guru. We just let Owen do everything. He's sort of like, you know, a little slave behind the scenes, I guess you could compare him to, just working on the nuts.
You just call me a fucking slave.
Talking about slavery, Owen, recently.
Not speaking about
I'm not happy with
slavery.
that segue, Reece.
I'm not speaking about slavery. What are you
I
on
didn't say
about?
slavery.
Segue.
You didn't say slavery.
You didn't even listen though. That was just a segue. But Owen, it was recently your birthday.
It was.
And Owen, do you want to talk about a certain decanter?
Yeah, you bought me a lovely decanter for my birthday, and it came horribly smashed.
Happy birthday, Owen.
I made a joke to Owen that, because I actually called it beforehand, that I'd send him this glass decanter, which is, if you don't know what a decanter is, it's just like something.
I do, thank you.
I'm not talking to you. No, sorry, I'm a bit on edge. But no, I made the joke to Owen that he'd arrive at his house and it'd just be a box of broken glass for his birthday, and that's exactly what happened.
Oh no!
Not only did it come smashed, it also got broken glass on my bed, so I ended up sleeping in broken glass during that very night. Because I couldn't get all the small pieces out my bed.
I thought it was either that or the anthrax. But...
Oh my god. That's terrible.
No, but it comes so weirdly broken. It looked like someone had grabbed it and smashed it on a side and was ready to use it as a weapon. I'll show a picture on the screen now.
We're getting more advanced. We can show images on screen, so that's pretty cool.
Shall we?
Well, yeah, depending on how if it can be bothered to do it.
I don't know. I'm a busy guy, you know.
Now, put on a picture of Lucas smiling.
Hello.
Lucas never smiles.
Yeah, I don't know. Who am I kidding? Lucas doesn't smile. He just...
No, I just get punched in the face.
Yeah.
You also brought me another lovely present, Reece. A nice bottle of Jack Daniels with like a guitar bottle opener, which was pretty cool.
It's a Jack Daniels. Let's all talk about how much of a good... Seeing how Bess besmirched me, let's now talk about how good of a friend I am. Yeah, I do get you a lot of gifts, Owen. I do spend a lot of money on you, as you know. And
They put 3 pence in my bank account every month for some weird reason.
Have you actually drank the drink?
Yeah, of course I had
course
some
he
on my birthday.
Of course he has. He's a raging alcoholic.
Thank you.
I hate alcohol, man. I can't drink it.
So yeah, sorry, Owen.
Sorry,
We're
guys.
we're not sinners like you, Owen.
We wait till marriage to drink.
Yeah, we don't drink the devil's stew. Right, so I'm sure all of you are aware of this question that I may have asked you before, but just because now we actually, just to get it recorded, I know we've all sort of given our own answers to this, but on the lines of Dimwit Beavis. So the question is, how much money would you want if I asked you to name your firstborn child, none of us here have children, your firstborn child to be called Dimwit Beavis? So I'll let any of you answer first.
More money than you'll ever earn.
Well, Owen, I hate to refer back to private conversations with that, but I remember once I asked you that question and Owen said 7 million pounds to me. So
and I still stand with that, and I still don't think you will make 7 million pounds. That is a shit ton of money.
This is a promise. This is a promise to the fans of the show, which we have many. The fans of the show. If I do somehow manage to accumulate 7 million pounds, I will transfer it to Owen so we can name his firstborn child Dimwit Beavis.
I'll tell you like 200.
What, 200,000?
It's not that big of a deal.
200,000 or 200 pounds?
200 pounds.
Oh my God, Reese! I'll give him 200 pounds.
Easy buck.
Just everyone just. What is that? That's 75. Everyone chip in 75 pounds. Is that right?
Yeah, I don't think you'll ever do that because I don't even have a bank account. Good luck.
Oh yeah. I don't think.
I would take 50 million.
50 million.
I probably would take 50 million. But here's the thing: is it you have to actually birth the child, or can you adopt?
Well, I think I don't think that really factors into it, so it doesn't matter. I think you can.
Right. I mean, okay. In that case, have you heard of the YouTubers that adopted an autistic boy and then gave him back?
No.
Because he was too hard. He was too hard.
That's awful.
In that case, I would take your 50 million, call him Dimwit Beavis, and then give him back. And
no,
then
you can't give him back.
No, you
That's
can't.
illegal.
Do that.
You gotta keep him.
There's a set, right? Just to add to it, there's a set given rules to what you can do. You can't change the name after the fact, and you can't give away the child.
Till you pass on,
so now you have an adopted Dimwit Beavis.
Dimwit Beavis has to stay with you till you pass on. You can bring him into your funeral like the Egyptians did with the cats. You can have him die with you in a sarcophagus, but he has to stay with you until you die.
He has to be. He has to be within at least 20 feet of you at all times.
And he has to have like a massive sign like attached to his back that's like above his head that just says his name.
My name is Dimwit Beavis and my mother is Bess. And then it points an arrow directly towards you.
Oh no. Well, you've ruined my plan.
This often ends up happening though, I feel. We just make up nightmare scenarios.
I mean, nothing's gonna stop poor little Dimwit jumping in front of that train. I didn't do it, but I'm just saying.
I wouldn't like do anything like that. If I was called Dimwit Beavis, I'd embrace it. I'd just be like, well, there's nothing that can change. I'll just get on my yacht and leave.
Can I have control over how I spell dimwit?
See, now this is...
There's a guy on our course that's called, well, something, I won't say his name, but he's got an apostrophe instead of an E in his name, and I'd like to do that if possible. I'd like to replace...
Dim Beaverson. Oh.
I'd still call him Dimwit Beavis, but instead of DIMWIT, it would be D''MWIT.
That's just
a cool eye.
Dim it.
That sounds more like some sort of software program.
You've installed Dim it.
The Whit Beavis.
And I know this is going to sound a bit retarded, but would you rather have sweaty palms or sticky hands?
No, next subject. Come on.
Come on.
What do you mean? That's not that bad.
You answer it then. Go on.
I mean, think about the situations you might get stuck in.
Yeah.
That wasn't a pun.
How sticky are we talking?
But you can climb walls.
Yeah, sticky hands.
Yeah, but you can't control it.
Yeah, but yeah, that's true. And then it'd probably be, have you ever had like sticky stuff on your hands, and then it's like got like you've had like you've touched like some sort of fabric, like I don't know, a pillow.
Tree sap. Oh my god.
Yeah, like
I didn't know what tree sap was until I came to Spain, right? And it just fell on my shirt, and I tried to take it off my shirt. And I was like, oh my god. I'm learning new things. All the time I learn. I'm such a smart person.
You are a smart person, Lucas. Owen, do you have anything to add?
I can't think of anything, Yeah, have you got any more questions we could ask?
I've run out of written questions, but hold on.
I have one.
Yeah.
You have mentioned on many occasions a girl in your university that has tarot cards.
Oh yeah, right. God. Right. Let's talk about tarot cards. Let's not talk about the girl with tarot cards. If you can.
Who's got tarot cards? You can edit it out. You can croak it out like you did on episode 1. Just put in a little croak, a little tone noise.
We'll just call her what you call her, just tarot card girl.
Okay.
How am I going to know who you're talking about if you don't tell me who you're talking about?
I thought
hold on. If you got your phone, I'll message you the name.
Yes, I have. Okay.
Okay.
Predict who
you the name. But the reason why we don't say people's names.
Of course it is. I just got the message. Of course it is. Yeah, fine.
The reason we don't say people's names is because it makes more work for Owen and he hates it.
The first episode took me an extra hour because I had to find the fucking ribbit.
I recently got a tarot card reading, right? And honestly, I personally don't believe in that, but mine were pretty cool, and I remember them. One was the king, the emperor, and the sun. Now, tell me that isn't like really cool. Me and Owen.
It depends on, were you doing it like one past, one present, one future, or what were you doing? Like, what was the format of the reading?
Bloody hell, she's one of these, is she? No, I didn't know it was that specific. I thought it was just like random, like, oh, this is probably just something you are. I didn't know it was like, this one's your past. I thought
all 3 were future.
Yeah, I thought they must be for the future.
Stage that you were at in life, apparently.
You're my mom believes in it.
You know a lot about this, Beth.
Yeah, because my mom believes in
Witch!
Yeah, the sun's good though. The sun is definitely good.
Well, the king and the emperor, I would say, is the best.
Do you guys actually like believe that those things can be realitized, if that's a word?
Yeah, that is a word, Lucas.
I don't know.
I I'm a big believer in the placebo effect. So if you believe that something works, then you can manifest it within yourself. It's not necessarily a comment on whether something's effective or not.
What's the placebo effect?
Oh, Bez, you psyched him out now.
Like if okay, so placebo effect is like if you give someone a pill and you say this pill is going to cause this effect and this effect and this effect, and it's actually just a sugar pill and it doesn't have anything like actually in it that would cause those things, but because you've been told that it will, you then start to manifest those symptoms within yourself if you're like particularly suggestible. So with tarot cards and crystals and stuff like that, I feel like maybe if the person believes in it, then they will manifest it.
I saw something like that on the news. They were talking about how people go to the local GPs, right? They get their prescriptions and they're told these could be the effects or something along those lines. And then when they think about it, it happens.
Yeah, that's a placebo, Lucas. You've just
explained
a placebo.
No, I think he's not talking about fake pills, though. He's talking about...
Yeah, I'm talking about proper pills, yeah.
He's talking about the side effects. People think, oh, I must have the side effects because I read them on the packet. I think that's what he means. But, yeah, I see... that. Well done, Bess. That brings up a good point.
You're welcome.
Yeah, but I think with tarot cards specifically, right? Like you said, people manifest itself, but then it feels it's weird because I don't think the intended effect of tarot cards is so that people just like get tricked by them, or at least I hope. Well, I guess depending on if you're, want like an unmoral person, but I think the intention is like the spirits are communicating with us, and this is the fates that are dealt out with you in the future. I mean, I don't think has anyone else actually had a reading that they can remember from tarot cards here.
Yeah.
I was told one of my ones said that I'm not allowed to daydream. So no daydreaming or something like that. Like one of the things on
it. That's a good one. I don't think that's how it works. I think they like actually like the sun, like the king, the emperor, death. I don't.
Well, like Queen of Wands or something like that.
Oh yeah. Well, you said you did as well. Best go on.
Yeah, I had the Tower for my past, and the Tower is like commonly linked with kind of crisis and destruction and like horrible stuff like that. And then I think the Sun for my present. So I got a similar reading as you, which obviously that means that now we're both going to be the success stories of uni and win a BAFTA.
Yeah, no, exactly. You know what? The Tower in with the message of destruction. That could be this episode of Toe Talks for you, Beth.
Oh no. Oh my god.
I mean, every episode of Toe Talks, you go further and further down the rabbit hole till there's nothing good left of you and your career's destroyed.
I've not had a tarot card reading, but have you had one of them before? You know, Zoltar from bloody, the film Big. I forgot who was in it. Is that guy?
Tom Hanks.
Yeah, Tom Hanks. Have you ever had one of them Zoltars before, where they're like, where you put some money in, he looks at the machine, and then he just prints out a little slip of paper, and it has like a reading on it for you.
I've never done one of those.
I've done a.
I've never done one of those either.
It's like a fortune cookie, if anything.
I did. I know they're false because I did two, and I got two different things every time I did it.
me and Owen had like a running gag with tarot cards where we're like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if like he was like wealth, success, death. Just the last one always being something like absolutely horrible.
It's always the greatest thing, and then always death.
Yeah. So
the last time I had a fortune cookie reading, my reading was a friend will bring you a big surprise soon. I was going to say I'm expecting a broken decanter in the
post. That's a good segment into our next guest, because he had a 200 fortune cookies in one day.
Oh my
yeah, we had a friend that ate 200 fortune cookies from a box.
Did he even keep the labels, like what he got?
I don't think so. Why would you? It literally says everything.
Oh no!
In that regard, he's got the ultimate fate.
He's died and been resurrected so many times.
Well, I think that's a true thing. The more fortune cookies that eat, the more fateful things that happen to you.
The more powerful you get.
Don't eat anymore, you'll become too strong.
I don't think I've ever had a fortune cookie. I don't know what it tastes like.
I always think they taste more like gingery, weirdly enough.
I thought they actually taste like cookies.
Remember the Red Dragon? That place.
Red Dragon.
It was a chain of Chinese places. There's one near the bloody Cineworld, where that Five Guys is now.
I've gone to so many Chinese places. I've never been given any fortune cookies. Do you have to order them, or do they just give it to you?
Sometimes they give them.
Complimentary.
Yeah. They're like, when you get them like weird chocolates, them like really like minty ones after a meal. Yeah. It's like that. They give you them.
They must not like me.
Have any of you had any like bad delivery stories while we're talking about fast food? Because I can remember once this guy like was late on one of the deliveries. He was like, I think he must have been like, in fact, I probably shouldn't say the place in case they like sue me or something. But anyways, it was a pizza place, and the delivery driver was late, and so it was like, oh, sorry about that. We've given you like a free Coke and a free like dessert. And I was like, okay. And I don't know why, but they smell awful. Like they were disgustingly rancid smelling. Like, I mean, have any of you guys experienced that before? Because to this day, I just thought it was strange.
I have had a really bad delivery once, because we ordered a Domino's. I had a couple of people around, and everyone thought it'd be funny to record the guy coming in, and he saw the camera straight away and started having a go at me instead of them because I answered the door. So that was pretty awkward.
Talking about Owen's story, I was there. I may have been privy to the recording. I won't say whether it was or not, but I can remember what he said was, Owen answered the door to, get the delivery, and he just like saw a couple of people in the back with the phones out recording it. And he said, you're not allowed to film me, right? In like this deep voice, and I was like, oh yeah, sorry. It's just, oh god, that is funny though.
I've always had good delivery. Like they know the password.
Yeah, because you live in a fucking palace. They kneel before your doorstep as
Nah, this is in London.
Yeah, you're probably like the number one business. You're probably like you probably have it really just like in your house.
Yeah, Domino's is literally downstairs.
Subway's upstairs.
Why you, Beth? You had any bad delivery stories or no?
Well, I had a weird experience collecting something recently. I went to a fine establishment, I'll say that, in Lampeter in West Wales, and he was like, "You're not from around here. I don't think I've ever seen you before," and was like super flirty, considering he was about 60 and I am in my mid-20s. And he was like, just wait 1 second, and he got me a plastic bag, and then they have those like lollipop things on the counter.
Yeah.
He took the lid off and poured like a third of the contents of the lollipop jar into my
God.
I was just like, thank you, that's really nice. But I'm not really, I don't go through a lot of lollipops like I used to. That is something that tails off once you leave your early teens, I think, is a love for lollipops.
Was it like full as well?
Yeah, no, I haven't had one in ages.
If you don't want them, I'll take them.
They might as well be put to use.
Talking about primary schools, Bess, you were interested.
That is another dodgy intro, Reese. What's with all these dodgy intros?
Dodgy intro.
These are dodgy intros. Honestly, talking about primary schools, talking about Hitler. These are dodgy, man.
Talking about Hitler. Right, let's start. Like, so you only be my work for yourself now. Now you've got to cut this out. This one was actually good. Talking about primary schools, Bess, you were interested in a primary school story of mine recently.
Oh my gosh. So Reese and I don't know if you two know, but we carpool. I am his chauffeur for the purposes of getting him home from uni.
Yeah.
And he regales me with tales from his life.
Is that his way of paying you?
No, he also pays me financially as well, but he does like to tell me the tales of his life and weave me a yarn of his childhood as we drive. But yeah, he told me this one story about a guy, a child, a helpless child called Ben. Who asked Jonathan if
Jonathan is my stepfather for those.
Yeah. He asked Jonathan, "Will you be my dad?" And Jonathan went, "Oh."
Yeah. I'll tell the story because I think I'll tell it better. But He was in primary school, and it was during like one of these where your parents could come in like for the day and just like see what you were doing. So Jonathan came in, and he was just like watching me draw something, and just sat on the same table as me. And there was this other kid called Ben, and John just started having conversations with him just because it didn't seem like his parents showed up. So I was like, "Oh, where's your parents, Ben?" And he went, "Oh, they didn't come." And he was like, "Oh, all right." And then Ben was like, just out of nowhere, "Can you be my dad?" proper out of nowhere. And, I don't know why it just stuck with me. I don't know if it's the comedy or the tragedy of the story. Maybe a combination of the
tragedy.
You could never tell. You could never tell.
That's the best part about comedy, though. It's like when you see a comedian talking about how rubbish the life is on stage. It's funny because you can see a hint of the pain in their eyes while they tell the jokes.
It's true.
Yeah, they're making money off of their tragedies.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what we're doing today, really. Ruining our guests' future endeavors, the future careers.
Our SPCA won't sponsor,
For like a 40-minute long podcast. You're welcome, ladies and gents. You don't know the sacrifices we make as entertainers.
Sacrifices you make. I'm the one fucking editing
it. Yeah, more I'm the person that does. I'm sort of like the executioner. I just sort of push people forward. But yeah, Owen is a good boy.
Maybe our BAFTA-winning script could be about this owl incident. So it could be like a redemption arc type thing, and the main character can just go around sort of healing owls and making a bird sanctuary or something.
I don't know. I don't think there's any redemption for someone who's killed an owl. I think.
Baz, if there's someone that's gonna have a redemption arc, it's not gonna be me or you.
You think the other owl knows what happened to the other owl?
Well, Joe, you're making me feel awful now.
No. To be fair, I don't think it's an owl I know. I have 2 owls that sort of live, like, they must nest relatively close to where I live, because at nights you hear them go woo woo, and that is my famous owl impression. Woo woo. But yeah, they just go about, and you can see them flying sometimes and stuff. It's quite cool. And we didn't see one for a while, but recently we have. So I don't think Beth's actually struck down any owls that I knew.
Wow. Oh, so it's just an
yeah, so it's just another poor soul that I don't know. So it's all okay.
Look at that, Beth. So, you just got out the hole. That's it. You're fine.
Yeah. Wow, I'm glad.
You're welcome. That's my redemption arc. There you go.
Yeah.
And the lesson from that is murder indiscriminately, just as long as you don't know the people that you murder. Thank you very much.
It doesn't count. Did Reese tell you guys that when he was being auditioned for the course that we're on, he asked our former lecturer if there were any success stories from the uni, and he just said no.
Oh, Reese, you're fucked, mate.
Right. The reason this has come to light is because, in all fairness, there is success stories in our uni. I've learned that a couple of I won't name specific names, but there's lecturers at the university that I go to that have won BAFTAs. And when I asked him, this was obviously months prior, about a year prior. He was during my audition, and I obviously asked, and he said no, but. So either he just couldn't remember, which is tight, or he just had spite towards the people and didn't think they were successful, which is even worse.
I love the idea of going onto our uni's website and then clicking a link that's notable alumni, and it just takes you to a blank page.
Didn't Richard Branson come out of your school?
No.
Yeah, sorry, Bess. I apologize for Luke.
we have to say that every episode now. Sorry for Lucas.
What, the virgin guy? Of course he didn't.
Well, I'm not a virgin. The fuck?
No, Richard Branson is the virgin guy.
Lucas, that's bad. Lucas. That is
what are you guys
bad.
talking behind my back? I was like, oh damn. Who the fuck is spreading these lies?
Lucas, oh my god. I'm sorry, Lucas, but we're keeping that in. We've got to.
Keep it. I don't mind.
That's funny. That's good. Oh, right. I think we can wrap it up there, ladies and gentle toads. It's been a good session. Thank you, Bess, for coming on and regaling us with tales and funny jokes and all that stuff. So yeah, I've been Reese.
I've been Lucas.
I've been Owen.
And thank you for watching.